The time that my husband and I wanted to adopt an 8-year-old boy. When we began our adoption process, our social worker highly encouraged us to be home study approved up to 2 years old. We really were interested in being home study approved for a higher age range, but it did come with additional trainings, and she really recommended that we start with up to 2 years and we could add a higher age range at a later point. Once we made it public that we were adopted, I had an old coworker reach out, and everybody in this story is going to have fake names, so I'm going to call that coworker Nancy. So Nancy reached out to me, and all she said in a message to me was, "Are you all only interested in adopting a baby, or would you consider an older child?" And I said, "We are interested in whatever God tells us to do." So Nancy ended up putting me in touch with Missy, and Missy was another adoptive mom. She had adopted a little girl at this point, but there was a time when she was spending time with a little boy we're going to call Alex. And Alex had actually been spending time with Missy and her husband, and she was hoping that they would be able to adopt Alex. And it didn't work out because Alex was living with a relative, and we're going to call the relative Robin. Robin was a bit of an older relative, and she wasn't completely sure that Alex living with her was the best choice for him. So Robin wasn't sure what she wanted to do. So Nancy, my old coworker, reached out, put me in touch with Missy, who was the previous woman that had hoped she would adopt Alex. And then they ended up scheduling a visit for me to meet up with this caregiver, Robin. This whole thing took place over several weeks. We actually talked to our social worker. She said that if this were to happen, we could update our home study, no problem. We really started making plans for the extra bedroom in our house. We started thinking, okay, if it's going to be an older child we're talking about, let's start thinking about where is he going to go to school? What is his bedroom going to look like? What kind of leave can I take from work? Because it's not your typical maternity leave. We even paused our process. We weren't presenting to any of the expectant moms for this period of time. We even got ourselves really pretty excited about the prospect of this little boy. And so we got to go and meet up with Robin, who was the relative that was keeping him. And the meeting went really well, and we left still feeling very hopeful about what might happen. His caregiver, Robin, did end up deciding that she wanted him to continue living with her, and the adoption didn't happen, and that's okay. To my knowledge, I believe that he still lives with her. I hope that he's doing really well and that she's doing